If you would, just raise your hand. We'll call on you. Questions for Jake, formerly of West Virginia.
All right.
Yes.
Well, appreciate it.
Sam, yeah, exactly. Sam?
Should we expect any more Twitter battles between you and Dana between here and December 29th?
You know, we might keep it interesting. You know, who knows what's going to happen with that. But, you know, knowing his demeanor and my demeanor, we'll probably have something occur before the game.
Down front here, Brent. Thanks, Madeline.
I know coaches handle those type things differently. Is that when you heard the matchup and knew what was coming? Is that something that's exciting to you, or would you rather just not do something like that? Even
No,
though you don't have any
I think
choice?
it's going to be fun. I really do. You know, there were so many, you know, bowl scenarios that were thrown out there, and you know, at the last minute, you know, I got word that it was going to be versus Dana, so you know, I called him and we started talking and laughing about the whole thing, and you know, and kind of traded some jabs at each other. But then at the then we're like, well, I guess we're going to have to change up a lot of things that we do offensively and hide signals, and we'll see how creative both sides get, because you know, he taught me a lot, taught me about everything about this offense, and so you know, I know how he signals the game and he knows how I signal the game. So it's going to get pretty interesting to see what's going to happen. But I think it's going to be fun. It is, you know, it's going to keep the game interesting, and you know, it's definitely going to keep us on our toes the entire game. So I'm looking forward to it.
Far left there, Cease.
Jake, so coaches always talk about where they get their ideas for formation plays. So when you and Dana were together or talk, where do you guys rely most on? NFL, film, high schools, or where do you feel you get most your source when you make tweaks?
Anything, actually. You know, we do that quick motion toss play. We got that from Bob Stitt at Colorado School of the Mines, and you know, if it makes sense, then we're willing to do it. And you know, we've gotten things from NFL teams. I've gotten stuff from local high school teams as well. You know, it's just anything that makes sense and that we think's good stuff, and we can throw it out there and try it. And if it works, you know, we continue to evolve it, but we will at least give credit to where credit's due. And you know, it's like how Bob Stitt at Colorado School of Mines, now he's at Montana. You know, we gave him credit for all of that because he was the guy that came up with that stuff.
To the left here, Suzanne.
On that note, Dana basically created the diamond formation, didn't he, while he was at Oklahoma State?
Mm-hmm.
Now, you don't do very much of that, do you, though, the diamond?
No, I don't.
So how much do you think you've gone off in a different direction than what Dana's been doing?
It's all about personnel. You know, I like to get into some of the diamond stuff that he does. It requires a fullback, and they have a fullback tight end. Dana's recruited that, and we're going that direction in recruiting as well, of trying to get those fullback tight end bodies. So, you know, it's something that when we were at Oklahoma State, we had a lot of good running backs. We had a great quarterback with a strong arm, and we had Justin Blackman at receiver. So it made sense to either hand it off to one of those NFL running backs or throw it out there. So that was just something that, you know, Dana and I and Joe Wickline, we all sat down and kind of created that diamond formation. But, you know, that formation's been around football for a long time. It's just, you know, we ended up just utilizing our personnel right there. So, you know, I'd like to end up getting to that eventually, but, you know, right now I got to make do with the personnel I got.
To the left, middle, KO.
Coach, how much disruption does it cause within the program, and you guys in particular, with having to change so much up so it's not picked up from the other side?
Yeah, you can only control so much. You know, it's probably going to get pretty interesting during the game. You know, I know a lot of those kids. I recruited a lot of those kids at West Virginia. So, you know, it's going to be pretty interesting to see how we are throughout the entire bowl process, and, you know, at meetings and, you know, at bowl events, to how we're at during the game. You know, I bet you they're going to have a lot of eyes on me, and I'm going to have a lot of eyes on them. So it's going to be fun. But yeah, it does cause some concern. You know, you got to be aware that he knows how we signal and how we operate, and you know, we got to change things up a little bit and try to keep them on their toes. So you might see a couple of new things thrown out there, but you know, you can't sit there and just change everything that you do. So you know, you have to be efficient, and you got to have a plan for if they do catch on to things pretty quickly.
To the very back there, Daryl.
Are you soured at all on the, quote, free play? Do you want to see the flag first before something happens?
No, that I'm saying that the way the game ended, you hate to see it go that way. But, at the same time, I told the guys that, we could have prevented that in that situation if we came to play those first 3 quarters of the game.
Very back left, Lee.
Do you hope to maybe get a little more out of your players based on your relationship with Coach Holgerson? Do you hope that they kind of understand that? Maybe they want to play a little better to get that win for you guys?
They understand. They watch the whole Twitter battle go down. They know that Dana and I are very close, and they think it's pretty funny. But I think that they want to go out there and they want to do it for themselves too. They want to end this season on a good note. And, always ending on a win, especially in a bowl game, can spring forward to, your spring workouts and have some momentum going into the off season. And I know these kids are going to approach it, like it's a regular game. We got to go out there and try to get it. It's the last game for a lot of these seniors, so there's going to be a lot of pride taken there for not just the seniors, but a lot of kids out there because they want to win it for them as well. So, it's going to be it's going to be important that we go out there and compete. And right now we've been focusing on development and trying to get these kids better right now. We'll start work on West Virginia tomorrow. The game plan will start going in, but right now we've been focused on trying to get our kids better just at what they're doing, if it's route running, pass protection, throwing, all that timing. So right now it's just been an emphasis to get better each day, and then let's get on to West Virginia, and I think it'll be pretty interesting from there.
Right here, Sam.
What are you hoping to see out of Kyle Allen in this game?
He keeps getting better each day. I want to see the poise. West Virginia is, and it's an aggressive scheme at times. They're going to either bring everybody, blitz you, and put a lot of pressure on the quarterback, or they're going to drop 8 and rush 3. So they're going to try to mix it up a lot. And, Kyle's just got to know when to get the ball out of his hand and make right decisions, but still keep that poise that he's been showing lately. And I think he's done a great job over the past 5 games of maturing and staying in that pocket and holding in there as long as he can. So he's been showing a lot of great poise, but he needs to just go out there and play within the system.
Go down front here, Brent.
How proud were you of Malcolm Kennedy for winning the Aggie Heart Award, knowing that's such a big deal, and how important is it to have guys like him in a program as seniors, as role models for the younger
huge.
guys?
I was so happy for him, and he deserves it, and everybody in that entire, banquet room, knew that it was going to him because he exemplifies all that, and I'm definitely going to miss him. You want to recruit guys like Malcolm Kennedy because they do everything right, and they're team players, and they're going to come to work every single day, and they're going to do everything that they can to make this university as best as they can. And he's very unselfish, which you got to enjoy that about the kid. And hopefully that he finishes on a high note and he can continue on and carry out his dreams of playing in the NFL. But I'm very excited for Malcolm to get that award.
And the note on Malcolm, he will graduate and walk the stage tomorrow morning at Reed Arena with December graduation. Anything else for Jake? All right, Coach, thank you.
Appreciate it.